Today's going to be a really exciting video. I'm going to be doing a review on the HP Security Influencer Day that I went to a couple weeks back. I finally got some information that I was waiting for, and now I'm going to be able to do the video to just show you what we covered in the day, what security practices they're going into, and really pushing as a company, and some questions I have moving forward. So let's hack at it. So let's talk about the HP Influencer event. Such a great event. I learned a lot from being around the experts that were in the room, as well as learning from HP and their experts that were presenting to us and teaching us about how HP is really changing the way they develop systems, develop their printers, develop their laptops, and looking at security as one of their main focuses now to be a secure environment for people, from average users to small business to large corporations. So it's really important, that we kind of look at all of the speakers that were talking. We're really there to teach us how HP's changed their focus, their mindset of really protecting the end user and companies from potential, threats. Some of the stats they were talking about was hacker threats. 92% reported data breaches. 7.7 million average cost a data breach, and 65% breaches are employee errors. So I'm just kind of reading the stats here from some of my notes. So you can kind of see that, oh my God, this is pretty crazy. And you look at all the breaches and just the impact of it. Now, when we were with HP, their focus for the event was talking about their printers. The printers are under attack. 64% IT managers report likely printers malware infection. And then 60% had a printer data breach. So when you look at these stats, you really think of, okay, how do we protect our printers? Are our printers safe? Are they secure? And through the event, HP was showing us some videos that they developed, which was called The Wolf. And it really showed the real world scenario of someone, compromising a printer and how deep they can go into the network, what information can they get, and how far they can go through the network, and how people can get compromised. So one of the solutions that they had was called HP Sure Start, and this solution, this secure solution for them that they've developed, really was having a golden BIOS. So your BIOS on your printer, on your laptop, is protected. So the BIOS, they actually have, it's almost like a separate image of the BIOS running on the system. So it has hashes going back and forth that's checking the BIOS to make sure it's not corrupted, the live working BIOS. And then if there is some sort of change, modification, some malware attack, it actually rewrites the BIOS with the golden BIOS and then make sure that you're up and running again, so it restores it. So let me read some kind of key features that HP provided to us. Industry-leading firmware protection against permanent denial of service attack, ensuring customers will not need to replace or reinstall hardware. Detection of automatic recovery of the firmware system in the case of PC or printer BIOS malware corruption or compromise, restoring the user session in about 30 seconds or less, and safeguarding hardware against data loss. HP's security and reliability improvements are delivered directly to customers via the web or customer internal website, ensuring confidence in PC rollouts. And then again, this is with printers as well. Fewer help desk calls and crisis recovery. So again, when you look at if your printers are more secure, that's less likely that they'll get compromised, and it'll reduce on outages, or reduce on calls. So something to really think about. And also what they did was they took it another step further, and HP actually has secure printing as well. So if I'm going to print a secure job and I want it to be secure, I can actually put a password on that print job. So when I print it, it won't print out on the printer until I get there and type in the code, and then it will print as I'm standing there. Now the reason why this is secure, and like I said with the video with the Wolf, they show that sometimes people print out print jobs and they might forget the paperwork, or they run by once they think it's done and they grab half the job, whatever that may be. They might leave printed material there in the printer. So now this secures it that you have to go there, type in your code, get your print job, you make sure and you confirm you've got everything, and then you leave. So another level of security that's really important. Another area of security that HP was talking about was HP SureView. Now, we only briefly covered this, and I did a little bit of research on this. HP partnered up with 3M about how to have like a screen protection. And right now, the screen protection that HP is starting to provide, like for example, they showed us our laptops, has a 35-degree protection, so it prevents people from shoulder surfing. I know this is a huge, huge thing when people are traveling, that someone might be looking over your shoulder. Maybe you're at a coffee shop, or maybe you're at an airport, and you're traveling, you're working on maybe secure documents, financial documents, HR, legal documents, contracts, reports, whatever that may be. Now you're more protected that people can't see what you're working on as you're traveling and you're working. So it's really important. Just trying to think if there's anything to show there. Next thing that we talked about was HP Sure Recover. And this, again, we just briefly talked about this. And HP Sure Recover uses HP Endpoint Security Control. And this is basically like an image. And HP now creates an image of the operating system. It's Windows. And what it does is, anytime there's malware, anytime there's a corruption of the OS, it will reinstall it. So the OS is there to help to protect you, that image. So something that HP is looking at, taking all these levels to be more secure. Now, in conclusion for the event for me, here's some things that I was the takeaway. HP is taking the right steps to change the focus towards security and reducing the potential for companies to be compromised. And they're really looking at their devices. They're looking at their printers, they're looking at their laptops, they're looking at their PCs, and they're saying, okay, how do we make these more secure? Like, we understand the convenience, and we look at the CIA, confidentiality, data integrity, and availability. And they've looked at the availability, they looked at the accessibility, the power of them, but now they're looking, okay, how can we have confidentiality and how we have data integrity? How do we protect the people that are using these? And so they're really taking these next steps, and they've developed and consulted with a great team of security people that now are working together with HP to make sure that they're really security focused with their devices. Some personal things from me. I was surprised that I didn't know about these measures that HP is taking. When we were there and they were saying they've been doing this for a couple years, it was a shock to myself and the other people that were sitting in the room that, why haven't we heard about this? Why wasn't there more marketing campaigns online, through social media, through their website, that was more public and more push marketing to let us know? I know about these great measures that HP is taking to be more secure. So it was really important about that. Future. Really thinking about the future. In the event, we really didn't hear too much about future, what HP is working on, what are they going to do to be even more secure, and things that I'd love to see and I'd love to be connected more about is, are they doing bounty programs? Are they doing some more secure testing? What are they doing to even go to that next level? And from what I've seen in the industry, they're taking like 3 steps ahead of the average company. Like when you look at Dell, IBM. IBM does a lot with security, but they're taking more steps with their devices and showing it real time. Like, hey, this is what we're doing. And I'd like to see more HP do more of that and be more public about it and talk more about it. So that's it for today's video. It's really exciting. Let me know what you think about HP and the steps they're taking to be more secure. Comment below. I'd really like to hear your thoughts. And if you think this was valuable, share this out with your colleagues and make sure that they're aware of HP steps on what they're taking to be more secure, to be more protected, to help us be more secure as we're out, as we're functioning with printers and laptops and we're traveling around our day. HP is taking the steps to make sure that we're more secure. So don't forget, software is hackable, being connected is vulnerable. I'll see you next video.